He's got his ear flipped up. He's freaking me out. All right, welcome to Talking Over Albums 3, The Re-Quickening. Today we're going to listen to Queen's Hot Space album from 1982. I know nothing about it, so I'm not going to pretend like I do.
I know it sucked.
It's, to me, there's the giant glob of Queen material after A Kind of Magic, which the only reason I guess I really like that album is because of the Live at Wembley. So I was exposed to the live versions of that stuff, and it's fine. But yeah, really, Queen post like 1981, 82 is a mystery to me. I don't know if you have any. Have you heard this?
All the way through.
Hot Space.
I've heard various songs at various times, but I've never heard it all the way through. Just, what was the message here?
I guess we'll figure out. Like, the hot space referring to his junk? Or...
My crotch is so hot.
I guess we'll figure out what this space is. We're joined in the Kinnear Lounge today with, I can't say his name, but the DOG. He's resting gracefully on his
He's
armchair.
accepted his fate.
Yes, he's had his fill of humping. All right, Queen Hot Space, if you're listening along, which you're not, play in 3, 2, 1. Starting off with Staying Power, and I hate it already. Ready for some jazzercise? Is the volume okay for you?
Yes, I can hear it. Oh, that's magical synthesizer. You know what I think about 1982? Everybody bought a synthesizer and was trying to learn how to use it. Now I can afford one of these.
Well, that's what's strange is, like, people had pretty much mastered the most decent artists had mastered the synthesizer by this point, but, like, in its pop form, it was still the most basic, banal turd that they would just smash into a...
Right.
Okay, so
you know what makes this song better? Synthesizer.
Yeah. So this is well past... This is well past rock and roll Queen at this point, I guess.
He's got it.
Alright, switching formats.
I think he's trying to...
Ooh, that's much better.
Rock me, baby, rock me.
Wow, I can't digest this. I'm not sure.
Are you supposed to be? Like, they call it their foray into disco, but I don't... It's just the beat, right? It's like...
It like... Oh boy, this is not good.
I don't know, man.
Because, like...
It's got too much crap.
This is not a horrible
on.
middle period, because, like, there's that weird stretch of time between, like, 1978 and, like, 1983, 84, where, like, even stuff in, like, the late 70s, you had really advanced, like, ahead of its time synthesizer stuff, but like, even up till the early 80s, you still had the stuff that just didn't age well. You had stuff that aged really well, and then stuff that was immediately dated, but was...
Well, there's this whole thing where everybody seems to have decided electronic fake instruments are better than real ones. And so they tried to turn, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like the...
A drum machine is way better than having a real drummer. Why they thought that, I have no idea.
Well, that's a good discussion, but, like, I think for a lot of artists, the novelty of it overrid any good sense, because you can hear, like, okay, that doesn't sound... These synthesizer horns don't sound great. I mean, but, like, cheesy sounds can be used well, and, like, in, like, drum machines, some of my favorite stuff from the 80s has, like, great subtle use of drum machines. Like Prince used it extensively. I think he used like Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins use it extensively. Like on Duke, my favorite use of it's like the Roland drum machine. The beginning of Duchess, I think, where it's like it's that really sparse, long.
But it's not the drums itself. It's in addition to. I think the best songs that ever
synthesis
used it together. Like Synthesizer, in the early 80s, that's when they were just like, if you owned one, it was like, let's just use that. We don't need anybody playing an instrument.
Yeah,
like, is anybody else besides Freddie on this song?
Can you look up the drummer's name?
Oh, Deacon.
Yeah, like what? Maybe he's playing like an artificial drum. I don't know.
Whew,
now, that was Staying Power. Here's Dancer. And the drum track on this sounds like Prince's Mountains there for a second. Yeah, what's Brian May doing on this, and whose
Pretty
name
much nothing.
we're looking up? I was expecting still some semblance of Queen here.
Roger Taylor was the drummer.
Yeah. I need to look up any like side project he did, because he was one of the great singing drummers. Like "I'm in Love with My Car" is one of my favorite Queen songs. Yeah, he had like great rock and roll chops.
Oh.
All right, Dancer. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't research this, because I probably would have ended up voting against it. But
no, this is so good. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Oh yeah. I feel like I hear that laying a lot out of sight. Ooh. Is your body crying?
this feels like
I feel like my body is crying.
it's about to.
I think I take it in the other direction.
This feels like it has Michael Jackson's fingerprints on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Another One Bites the Dust, that was like 79, wasn't it? 78?
Yeah. You know what this one reminds me of?
That's
Dragon Attack from Another One Bites the Game.
That's a good song, though.
Yeah, but listen to the rhythm. Yeah.
There's a guitar, all right.
Yeah, I believe it said somewhere on Wikipedia or something that Brian May was so annoyed with this song that he got drunk every time he was supposed to do the guitar parts. I don't know if it was for the whole album or just this one. To listen to it, it's just like, I'm just going to play some riffs I already know.
Queen were kind of one of those bands that they stayed together so long because the rest of the group, kind of like U2, where just Freddie was the dominant personality and everyone else just seemed to be like, all right, you want us to wear a dress in this music video?
Yeah. Paycheck guaranteed. That's a lot of those bands that have been around decade plus. It starts to, I don't know. I love The Who. There's another great example of a band that just keeps touring and playing, nothing new happening.
Yeah.
So Queen just keeps grabbing somebody that can sing and go, let's go on tour.
Who would you like to see? Queen with any singer ever. You can pick. Yeah. Queen featuring
Kelly Clarkson. I would almost go see that because that might be interesting.
I would have Queen.
Get somebody that's completely anti-Freddie Mercury, like a woman singer that has a really low voice. I don't know. I just get out there and do something crazy.
Queen with Leonard Cohen, if he was still alive.
Tom Waits.
Ooh, yeah.
Tom Waits does Queen.
I've paid my dues. All right, Dancer is over. I wonder if the next song is going to start with a heavy synth riff and generic drum beat. All right, I need to have an open mind here. I like Queen. The song's called Bat Chat.
Oh boy, that doesn't bode well, does it?
That'd be a good app name.
Oh, and we have to. This is pre-cellular phone, so
in the beginning of this sounds like I want to dance with somebody. So was this just his grab bag of what?
I was just thinking,
pop
and
stuff?
with all due respect, of course, but a lot of the musical parts sound like George Michael really liked this album. I hear a lot of he took it and made it. I'm gonna say his stuff is a lot more elevated, but this is like,
sure.
This is like, is this a foray into disco? It's 2 years after anybody gave a shit about disco.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. In 1982, was anybody?
This is very Michael Jackson-esque. Because what I was saying before was like, I always thought of Another One Bites the Dust is, I don't know how much that influenced Michael Jackson, but it was kind of the prototype for everything he did after. So, because like in 82, that was like Off the Wall and bad. When did Thriller was 84, 5, right? 5. Wait,
man.
No, Thriller was 82. I don't know.
That's a great question.
I'm gonna guess 83. I don't remember. Maybe
just gonna see if I even have it.
But at least like Off the Wall was out at this point. Maybe bad. So maybe Freddie was a fan of Michael Jackson. I've never heard any stop clicking that. What do you think, Ziggy?
No, you're only driving me insane. 82 was Thriller.
Yeah.
Because I remember Off the Wall. I had a poster for it. Somebody gave me a poster of, what was that called? Nina, 99 Red Balloons.
99
Remember? Do you know that song?
Love Balloons?
Yes. Rouge Balloons. In the back of it was Michael Jackson, like, painted into a brick wall or something. It was supposed to look like his album or something. I was just, okay.
He did him... It was a combination of Michael Jackson and Rocky IV that brought down the Berlin Wall. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've
Rocky
got...
IV. And this was really easy to talk over because it really just sounds like Queen's elevator music.
I lose myself. My self-control. My self-control. I lose myself.
I can see how later on this really influenced Guns N' Roses for their Appetite for Destruction album.
But yeah, elevator music was
the general flow.
The first thing that came into my mind.
Hey, maybe this album was trying to like bring more Canadians into the mix.
You had to bring Canadians into it.
They really like, think Glass Tiger.
This is, if I had to guess one region of the world where this sold really well, I'd probably guess Quebec.
Dubai.
That one guy living in the desert in Dubai in 1982.
Yeah, and everybody does well in Japan. If you ever look up any albums, like the one thing they always want to tell you is how great their album charted in Japan. And it was like,
sweet.
They'll give you a shot at anything. That's why Cheap Trick made it. They made an album at the Budokan, and then everybody started listening. That's what this sounds like to me. It's just like, that's why we're back chatting during it. It's just kind of,
oh man,
it's like, while this song is on, I'm going to have Alexa tell me a joke.
I have a bad feeling this whole album is just going to sound like that. That Michael Jackson.
We're on to the next one now. I think this is a single.
Yes.
Right?
Body Language. That's a good song. Kind of. I guess that was always on their greatest hits. So there is a bright spot on here. So let's analyze, why does this synthesizer, why does this song, tasteful use of synthesizer?
Let's give it a minute.
Body Language.
Over here, buddy.
Oh yeah, I love towards the end. Like, give me your body.
That's it. It's a very long intro.
Yeah, because it's
Your body.
It's sparse. It's not just like a generic wave of sound. Body language.
Nice.
Is there a
See,
theme to
there's
this
a
album?
bad use of synthesizer, in my opinion.
You
I know how to do this one thing.
But if the song's decent enough, your brain kind of poops
No.
it out.
Stop it. Go lay down. Puppies.
Yeah, alright, so part of the problem is, like, maybe, like, these song concepts would work if it was driven by rock and roll, because there's a certain level of camp to it. But when it's no longer campy when it's over, like, a banal kind of 80s synth sound. It just becomes... There's not that, like, sort of tongue-in-cheek campy thrust to it that the early hard rock sound would kind of mask.
This is what I just thought of. This is not ahead of its time. This is
Brilliant.
either of its time or or it's like it's already been and done, and they're making this album. I mean, like I said, I feel listening to this. Like I said, that I don't know. George Michael came to mind for some reason. It's like he took it and made it work, I think. And this is like, man, I can't believe you even bothered putting this out.
Because you could always tell he was having fun. The only person who sounds like they're having fun in this is Freddie Mercury.
Right. Because who else is on it? Can you...
Who knows?
I don't know if anybody else is even on this. Is it really Queen, or is it just a Freddie Mercury side project that they just threw the name? But wow, this is bad.
Yeah,
we better just call it Queen so we can sell a couple of albums.
Yeah, because this bass, it's not a real. It's a synth bass. The drums are synth. So, like, towards the end of Backchat, like, Brian May kind of waltzed in the studio, played for 2 seconds, and then left again.
Yeah.
Well,
We have 2 songs like that.
so let me know when you discover what the hot space is. When I think hot space,
It's not Crotch. It's got to be...
that was the follow-up album, was Crotch Rot.
Yeah. It's too hot. It's too out of space. But if you walked into a disco and these songs were playing, would you just turn around and walk right out? I mean, is that basically...
It would be a bunch of middle managers on the dance floor, just with, like...
This is what passes for cool. I don't know anything. Where's my kamikaze?
Have you guys heard that Body Language song? It's so radical.
The bar that's playing this has those dollar shots. Would you like to...
Come on.
What were they called? The test tube shots. Did you ever experience the test tube shots? Where they walked around with like 400 test tubes on a tray. Would you like to buy a $2 test tube shot? And they looked really big, and then you tip it up to your mouth and it was empty. It was like, holy crap, these things are thick.
Come on down to the hot space and get yourself a watered down test tube
Beautiful.
shot.
Kool-Aid.
All right.
With a little bit of cheap vodka in it.
Commercial time.
Oh, we got a commercial.
Oh, you're so precious, but no. Love.
Just push him down. Or make him lay down.
I'm sickly and I need love.
Push him away.
Give
Just
him an
push
inch
him away.
and he starts to hump.
No. You only have to listen to one.
All right. Action this day. Don't know what that
Oh,
means.
boy. I think this one has something to do with John Lennon, I thought I saw.
Huh?
See if you can pick up some John Lennon lines.
It's a dancey synth pop song about his assassination.
Yeah.
It's got a nice thrusting beat.
Yeah, I hear some piano in there. Oh, there you go. Boop, 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 boop. Break it down. Yeah. I feel like we're sitting here listening to it and going,
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'm looking for something here, and it's not happening. Why?
When
Also
a problem comes along, you must whip it before the cream sets out too long.
Very good. Careful. No copyright infringement.
Run, I run so far away. Yeah. Well, the drums kind of sound real on this one.
I think he rehashes this bass line again in a later album. He likes it. He uses it again sometime. I can hear it.
Yeah, this whole thing kind of sounds like.
I like how he almost uses the like it's that piano, the synthesizer piano.
Yeah.
He's using it like a bass.
This whole thing sort of sounds like they were trying to make songs for a 80s movie soundtrack, but they all failed miserably.
Yeah, why didn't anybody buy this? Hey, they did it later with that One Vision song. Sold that to Iron Eagles.
One vision,
Gossip.
one true religion.
He was only the junior version.
Even though this album is a steaming pile of I still love Freddie Mercury. It doesn't dent any of my appreciation for him. Because he sounds like he's having fun, and he's singing his little heart out.
This sounds like a side project that they just slapped the name Queen on.
Hold on, there's the hot space.
Oh, are we in the hot space? Yeah, you keep looking, buddy. I know you'll find it.
I'm in the hot space!
I'm trying to... What is that?
I don't know.
It's supposed to sound like a brass instrument, but I could never guess in a million years what that is.
I think they're real. I think that, yeah, they're a real horn section for some...
It is.
reason.
It is
All right.
not doing it any favors.
You should have thought harder about an album, and then we got stuck with this.
Hey, I was trying to think of something.
Well, at least it was short.
I wanted to do some research and find something that was considered really good in the 80s that didn't stand the test of time at all. And I've got a couple of ideas, and I want to make it a surprise, but
yeah.
I want to surprise you and make you listen to something.
Yeah.
And see your seething hatred.
It sounds real. Real instruments.
What? Oh, this almost harkens back to like an earlier album or something.
It's probably leftovers. They're like,
What's this one called?
Put Out the Fire.
Oh, there you go. It's probably a leftover from the game. Or
Oh man, that's one thing that annoys the crap out of me. And with like a lot of rock bands who went into the 80s, specifically with like the mixing, where you have the mile high snare sound,
right?
It's so weird and obvious in the mix. It just sounds, it was like a way too trebly reverbed in a really like in a vertical way in the mix, as opposed to like 80s Genesis, where it's just big and robust and crunchy. But yeah,
it's tight and peaked.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just the way it's mixed on the album, because I'm not sure if anything's like getting distorted through, but like this is really, the mix on this is really tinny.
I think it's just how we're listening to it.
It would have been nice if I had some idea of the context of this era, because I pretty much, I don't listen to Queen. I like It's Kind of Magic, and then...
And I like everything before this. And then it's like I was telling you before, I just thought it was funny when I was a kid, you go to the store and this album was everywhere. The album, you could get the tape. I think at one point I saw if you bought the album, you got the tape free. You know, it was like they were just trying to sell it.
And a phone call from Freddie.
Yeah, free phone call from Freddie.
Thanks for buying the album.
Want me to sign something? Hey, you want me to sign something? No, that's all right. Yeah, sign my copy of Hot Space, would you?
With
Free trip to Turkey with Freddie Mercury.
this was crazy. Is like they were the biggest band in the world still, probably. I mean, they were in like the top 10 bands even to the end. But
they were still selling out places when this album came out. It was like,
but I'm saying still, despite that, a lot of these albums just seem like albums that they would take to malls and try to like pimp out at a Sam Goody or something like.
yeah.
All right, well that song. Here's. Oh, this is the song for Lennon. Sounds like a John Lennon song.
Yep.
I've never heard this. Tossers in my closet.
Ooh.
Well,
that could be a whole different thing with Freddie Mercury. And what are they tossing?
Wow, this... Holy crap, this sounds like an amalgamation of every solo John early-ish.
From,
it sounds specifically like,
his last album, Double Fantasy.
Oh, Mind Games. It sounds like Mind Games. Now there's mind games forever. Speaking of mind, I think I'm too hard on the most of the John Lennon late, like his last 3 or 4. Like, yeah.
No. Settle down.
This is. Songs. There's nothing to talk about.
What's happening?
It sounds like a John Lennon song.
Yeah, I get it. He did what do you call it?
Lennon is a genius.
Okay.
How does this fit in with synthy disco?
Oh, I'm still back to the whole. This is a Freddie Mercury side project that they just went. Dude, we'll never sell one unit unless you put the name Queen on it. So get the other guys in here.
Yeah. Well, I would think this might have fallen into that category of like lead singer who hijacks the band before he goes solo. But one, he never put out a solo album, and two, this is in 1982, so they still had like a good half, like a good 6-7 years before he died. Mm-hmm. So. I think you're right. The record producer came in, or their manager, whoever, and said, "Fine, you can make your little side project, Freddie, but you have to
call it Queen.
Call it Queen." All right, this is "Calling All Girls."
It's upbeat.
He just said,
"Calling all boys."
Oh, okay, whatever.
It's "Calling all boys, calling all girls." Because I don't know if you know this, but Freddie Mercury was gay. Everybody just chose to go, I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody knows, but nobody's saying.
OpenSecret.org. I'm Kevin Spacey, and I think
Hot
Space is the greatest album of all time.
You should do that. You should do the accent from that horrible accent he does on the when he's the president.
House of Cards. I've only seen the English one.
I'm from the South. Yep, that's how they talk, I'm sure.
Have we ever had a president with a Southern accent? Oh, I guess sort of.
Well,
Bill
LBJ
Clinton.
Was from Texas. He kind of had a
Bill Clinton
Texas thing going on there.
I don't know.
I don't know if they like to call it South or not. I should ask somebody.
That Arkansas thing. It's not like a kind of. Oh yeah, LBJ.
There you go. And that's what the song "Calling All Girls" does to Brett and Jason. They turn us to, hey, what about Southern accents?
We can be listening.
This is the most upbeat song we've heard so far. And what do? We immediately start talking about something else. That's not good.
Let's talk about Tom Petty's Southern accents album.
Oh, he apologized for that, by the way.
The album?
Just the Confederate flag iconography that he used.
On what
in
part?
His tour and in the album inserts and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's alright.
Did you hear Alexa freak out? She doesn't understand her name in this house, but if you cough, she asks you what you want. You sneeze, she starts telling you what the weather is. I don't know. I didn't do it. This is a fine song. This is a great song to listen to while you're standing in line waiting for your coffee at Starbucks. Oh, and by the way, they have a CD that you could buy that with 15 other songs that they play at Starbucks all the time.
Commercial time.
Hello. We're
Audience,
back on
are you ready for Las Palabras de Amor?
play.
You too. No.
No, this sounds like a leftover from Flash Gordon. Calling all boys. Well, this is the perfect song to follow.
Don't touch me.
Oh. Wow, these lyrics are the most contrived thing I've heard from Queen in a while. Ow! Oh, see? That's what it is. They go to another language when it's going to be completely the most used lyrics ever. What do?
Well, I'm glad they
Just change the language.
I'm glad they translated for me. 'Cause otherwise, some of the audience, the less sophisticated Queen fans at the time, I'm like,
What the hell
this
is
is Spanish
that mean?
gibberish.
Speak American.
Like there's some redneck in like Mississippi listening to Hot Space. he's like, I was fine with all the other stuff, but the Spanish on my Queen album.
That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. Despacito. Oh, see, he was ahead of his time. It turns out he was ahead of his time. He was already singing about Despacito.
Oh wait, this has Under Pressure on it.
Yeah.
Oh, so
It's not that it was
So
2
they-
years after the single came out or something. But David
Well, at
Bowie
least
gets another
we-
production credit.
Yeah, at least we can talk about Under Pressure, because it's one of those great Enigma songs to me where it's such a weird mishmash. You can tell that it
But
was...
wait, that was the crescendo of this whole thing.
Yeah,
Don't jump ahead.
you're right.
That
I'll
was the
save
whole
it.
crescendo. That's your climax to the whole story.
I'll save it.
Kind of like the first Doors album. You can't wait to get to the end. And then, why did I think this was so great when I was 13?
This part of La Palabras de Amor is sponsored by Vicks Vaporizing Rub, or Equate Vaporizing Rub. Taste the difference. Featuring camphor, eucalyptus oil, menthol.
Yeah, that'll fix whatever's wrong with you. Equate vaporizing rub. That'll fix whatever's wrong with you.
Rub it on your butthole.
Yeah, don't put it on your balls. You won't like it.
The other
Well, or you might. I don't know.
the other day I accidentally
Please don't use my bottle.
The other day I accidentally got Bengay on my eye, and I don't know how because I didn't even have it on that hand.
That sounds like a problem.
I had to like hold like a wet towel up to my eye like an iPad.
You get Peggy in your eye. Well, it was being an asshole. Dad jokes.
Anyway, La Palabras de Amor.
What's
El
it about?
Ziggy. It's about the words of love.
Oh, Amor.
Here's Cool Cat.
Starting Cool Cat.
Sounds like Hall & Oates.
Deep tracks. All in Oates. Hey, there's another one we should do sometime. Private Eyes.
Clap, clap.
So
There it is.
really-
We hit it. The worst Queen song right here.
I was just about to say, the other thing I noticed right off the bat was, hey, they got Brian May to show up and do some guitar parts. This poor guy. And I gotta say, if you listen to the guitar on here, it's so morose on everything. It's just like, he is not wanting to do this or be here. He does not want to be here.
I mean, it's a nice...
Seriously, Freddie, do we really have to do this?
Baby, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, you got it. Like that. It's just like, that's what I keep thinking in this album. Every time you like a song, or you hear a song, you're like, it sounds like a song I like. It's like they literally took that song and made it better.
I can't handle any more of that song.
The dog doesn't like it at all. Oh my god. What's it called again? Cool Cat. Yeah, we all knew Cool Cat wasn't going to work. It's called Cool Cat. Cool Cat. Cool Cat. I can't even say it fast. Cool Cat. Who's a cool cat? It's ridiculous. Does anybody go to Sam's Club? I love that place. I love buying chicken in bulk.
Is the song over yet?
Yep, we're doing Under Pressure is starting right now. Which is the last song on this album, I believe. Will you calm down? It's a dog. No.
So, Under Pressure. Try to figure out in 3-4 minutes why such a cluster of a song works.
Okay. David Bowie writes his lyrics. Freddie Mercury writes his lyrics. And then, I don't know who decided what the music was going to be. I'm sure they decided on that first.
Do you think this is better than Dancing in the Street?
The original or the David Bowie remake?
You can pick.
Okay, well, that thing that goes around on Facebook every couple of months where they do him and Mick Jagger's Dancing in the Streets, but with no music. It's just them going, hey!
Yeah.
I laugh at that endlessly.
I peed my pants. It was good.
Seeing what this world is about. Oh yeah, they put this on here just so they can have it on their greatest hits, I'm sure. Well, it depends on your deal, but back then they used to say you had to have at least one new.
Well, that was an album.
Well, that's the end of that.
All right,
Synopsis?
I'll introduce a very hyper-specific numerical rating. I'll give it a 48. I'll be generous. I'll give it a 51.2% out of 1,000.
Okay. And I will give it 5 masticated bananas.
Okay. That's a Queen album that I will not revisit.